This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Chris Medeiros. Subscribe to this channel, Word of Chris 1-800. Like this video and comment on this video about what you guys think about this week's episode of Boruto. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Yeah, I'll be down there in the description box as well. So yeah, go follow all my social media accounts. And I'm here to do my Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 84 review. And this was titled Ohnoki's Thoughts and Ku's Thoughts. So yeah, that was the episode title name. Now a lot of people did not really like this episode. I could kind of see where they're coming from about not liking this episode, at least because it was not action packed like last week's episode. It was like more of a slow pace episode. Now the art and animation was pretty good in this episode. The writing was whatever in a way. Well, we started off this episode with Boruto and Ohnoki. Now, apparently in last week's episode, when it was getting chased, when Boruto was getting chased because he had Ohnoki on his back, Ohnoki was knocked out, and so those Akutas was chased after him, and Boruto ran into a barrier, and the barrier got sealed and stuff with Ohnoki and Boruto inside of that barrier and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened to them. So they're in this barrier and stuff, Boruto and Ohnoki. And Boruto is Ohnoki finally wakes up, and Boruto is acting like he's about to die pretty much, because he's like pretty much in the desert. That's what his stone village is like. So yeah. Boruto's acting like he's about to die. Ohnoki dumps water all over him. Tell him, hey, here you go. Here's some water. Drink this. I got some food right here. Here, eat this. Keep your strength up or whatever. And apparently it was a bug. It was a cooked bug. So yeah, Boruto was like, no, I don't want to eat that. And Ohnoki's like, well, we had to eat this back then and stuff, and because that's how the time with Naruto and all of them, and you fast forward a lot more time with Ohnoki's time and stuff back then, talking about 50 something years ago, pretty much, with Hashirama and them. So yeah, I mean they had to eat bugs and forests and all that stuff, and you can kind of see Ohnoki throughout the episode. Well, in the beginning of this episode, he's trying to teach Boruto how to become the real ninja, pretty much. How a real ninja should be acting, because Boruto lives in this time of peace and stuff, and they pretty much get. I mean, yeah, Boruto for his age is pretty strong, and Sakura and all them. But if you kind of think about, pretty much everybody else around them is pretty weak, shown in a couple episodes ago with, because it was kind of funny with Kakuyo was fighting these hidden leaf, Jonin ninjas, and they easily got beaten by him. But yeah, Boruto and them can go past him and stuff. So yeah, it even shows then that Jonin in that time was pretty damn weak in Boruto and stuff. So Ohnoki's trying to teach him a way how to become an actual ninja, how to act like a ninja from back then and stuff, how they ate back then, and, going when they was on missions, going into the forest and stuff. That mission would take days and stuff before you come back to the village or whatever. And, they had to eat what they could find in the forest and all that. So yeah, that's what Ohnoki was teaching him. And apparently Boruto finally ate the bug or whatever, and he actually liked the bug. So yeah, that was pretty cool right there, how Ohnoki was teaching Boruto how to become like a real ninja from how Ohnoki was back in the day. So yeah, that was pretty cool then. And then try to teach Boruto what you can eat and what you cannot eat, because Boruto's pretty much about to pick out some poisonous mushrooms, and Ohnoki slaps him pretty much like, no, you can't eat that, because that will kill you. So yeah, that was pretty cool right there. And yeah, Ohnoki throughout the episode was trying to teach him in the beginning of this episode how to become like an actual real ninja and stuff like that, which was pretty great, because it shows character development with Boruto and stuff of how to become an actual real ninja, a real shinobi. So yeah, that was pretty cool, in my opinion. But yeah, uh, Boruto was finally learning like that and stuff, which was pretty cool. But yeah, then Boruto pretty much wants to leave so he could go find Mitsuki and all of them. And he's trying to use Shadow Clone Jutsu and stuff, and it won't work. And Ohnoki's like, yeah, the second you ran into this barrier, we got locked in this barrier, and this barrier is for like shinobis to train and stuff, like hand-to-hand combat, like taijutsu and stuff, because you cannot use ninjutsu or genjutsu, just like taijutsu. So yeah, it's hand-to-hand combat here. That's the only training you can do, because Boruto tried to use Shadow Clone Jutsu, it wouldn't work, because they're in this barrier. So yeah, that's why Boruto couldn't use it, because he was going to use the Shadow Clones to find, use the Shadow Clone to go find a way out and stuff. But yeah, Boruto couldn't use it. And then Ohnoki and stuff started telling him about it and stuff, and they finally called in troops and stuff like that, because Ohnoki explained to him why why he's doing this with Ku and stuff, Lord Ku and them, is because of because of peace in the in the shinobi world, because everybody since there is like so much peace throughout the years. Boruto's generation is not really all of them is pretty weak, because we've seen as an example of Boruto, Sarada, and all of them. But a lot of them, like the Jonin and stuff, is pretty weak in this time of age. So yeah, kind of understand where Ohnoki's coming from. But yeah, then we get to a scene with Inojin and this Akatu Akuda. Now. Inojin was teaching the baby Akuda how to say names and stuff, which was pretty funny. And tried to teach her how to speak. Draws a picture of Shikadai, showing him can't even say Shikadai. Draws a picture of Chocho. Don't even say it, but then Inojin's like, yeah, this is Chocho, Chubs. And the Akuta started to say Chubs, and finally got it down. And then Sarada and Chocho finally finds Inojin, and telling Inojin about the situation and all that, and then the Akuta looks at Chocho and say Chubs, and then cuts from the scene and all that. So yeah, apparently we're going to probably see Chocho pretty much knocking the hell out Inojin and stuff in the next episode, possibly, because it cut from the scene and we don't see Inojin and Sarada or Chocho anymore after that. So yeah, that's what happened. I don't even think we've seen Shikadai in this episode. Yeah, we never seen Shikadai in this episode. He's still locked in prison pretty much with the 4th Tsuchikage Kurosuchi. So yeah, no Shikadai in this episode anyways. And we only see a couple minutes of Inojin, Sarada, and Chocho. So yeah, it was more based around, Boruto, Ohnoki, Lord Ku, Kakuyo and all them, Seiki and all them, and Mitsuki. So yeah, it was just based around them really. And we see Mitsuki and them, and Mitsuki's asking, Kokyo if he can meet Lord Ku now, and he goes like, not at this moment, because right now Lord Ku's pretty busy, dealing with those hidden leaf shinobi people, because they was telling Mitsuki, yeah, Lord Ku finally chased Boruto and then pretty much away from here. So yeah, that's what they told Mitsuki. Mitsuki's out in this room and stuff, and while finally Mitsuki gets to meet Lord Ku and stuff, he's talking to him and stuff like that, and we see these other members. It's Kokyo, Seiki, and I forget those other two characters' names, because that's showing pretty amount. But I forget about him. It's a guy with the long red hair, pretty much sticking up, and the girl with her eyes closed and all that. So I forgot what was their names. But yeah, apparently they start getting this effect now of their skin pretty much cracking up, because it was like before their skin started cracking up. Seiki was like, yeah, I'm the one that knows more about humans than all y'all and stuff. I'm interested in humans. And you see that one guy with the long red hair that's sticking up and stuff, talking, talking to Seki because Seki wants to know if he can read the book that he's reading and stuff because he's more interested in humans. And he was about to hand him the book over, and then by that time he started feeling pain and stuff. And say for the girl, like the skin's cracking and all that. So yeah, it looks like they'll be dying pretty soon. So yeah, Seiki, it was the same problem that Seiki had a couple episodes ago with his skin breaking up and all that. The only one that we haven't seen yet with that problem is Kokio. So yeah, possibly soon he could probably be the last one remaining throughout this arc. But he's the only one that we haven't seen with those side effects or nothing as an imperfect being or whatever. So yeah, he's the only one that we haven't seen with those side effects or anything. So, yeah, we see Lord Ku and stuff. He's finally talking to Mitsuki and stuff, telling him about, Leaf Shinobis and all that. And then we go back to a scene. Well, he's trying to find, he got the Akutsas out trying to find Boruto now, and Ohnoki and stuff to, bring Ohnoki back. Finally Ohnoki explains to Boruto why, Lord Ku pretty much calls Ohnoki father and a master, because at first everybody was thinking, well, because he don't look like those other beings or whatever, like Seiki and him, he don't look nothing like them. And at first, like in the couple episodes ago, Lord Ku says father, and everybody's expecting, oh, this must be Ohnoki's son or whatever, but apparently it's not Ohnoki's biological son. It's Ohnoki's creation. It got Lord Ku got Ohnoki cells in him, like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. When Cell had a lot of cells from Goku, like Goku, all the Saiyans pretty much, Frieza and stuff like that. Yeah, like him pretty much in a way. So yeah, that's how he can use particle style and stuff, is because he got some Ohnoki cells into him. So yeah, we was kind of wondering. How can you use particle style? Because of only a couple people knows that, and all we know of that knows that particle style does release is the second Tsuchikage and the third Tsuchikage Ohnoki, and that's the only ones that knows particle style. And then all of a sudden, like I think in the last episode or whatever, Lord Ku shows particle style using him using particle style. So yeah, now it kind of explains how he can use dust release now. And that's because he got some Ohnoki cells into him. So yeah, that's why pretty much. So yeah, apparently Ohnoki was the one that created him, or pretty much the doctor that we've seen in the episode, but he doesn't really speak. He's possibly the one that created, Lord Ku and stuff, and those other creatures and stuff like that, Seiki and them. And then Ohnoki got his cells into Lord Ku. So yeah, that sounds all wrong right there. But yeah, that's what pretty much happened, I guess. So yeah, that's how he was explaining that. Yeah, Lord Ku's just a creation, and pretty much Lord Ku's like a perfect being, like Mitsuki. And the only reason he brought Mitsuki so you can see how he can bring like other creatures like Seiki and Kokio and them. He's a perfect being and stuff. And so they can have peace and stuff, so like Kokio and them and Lord Ku could be the ones to protect Boruto and them, like the Shinobis and them. So yeah, that's all Ohnoki's doing. I mean, yeah, in a way it was kind of evil, I guess, but you kind of understand where he's coming from, at least. He's trying to protect everybody. I mean, the Shinobi world is too much into peace now, They're acting like there ain't gonna be nothing, anything like, nothing ain't gonna happen to them or whatever. Like, and then all of a sudden, Momoshiki came and, attacked the Leaf Village and stuff, and took Naruto and stuff. And when he took Naruto, the only ones that went to go save Naruto was, Sasuke, Boruto, and the 5 Kages. And those other 4 Kages guarding them. And they easily got taken out, and it took Boruto, Sasuke, and Naruto to actually defeat Momoshiki when Momoshiki was transformed and all that stuff. So yeah, so you kind of understand what the Ohnoki's coming from by creating these creatures, the Akutsas and stuff like that. and to protect the Hidden Stone Village, Loot Village, all that stuff. So yeah, you kind of understand where he's coming from, Alan's perspective. So yeah, that's pretty cool about that. So yeah, and then the episode ends, and in the next episode, with the episode preview for episode 85, looks pretty interesting because we got another shinobi, I guess, inside the barrier with Ohnoki and Boruto. So yeah, that'll be pretty interesting to figure out why he's in the barrier and stuff. So yeah, that'll be the next episode actually. So yeah, the next episode actually looks pretty interesting. So yeah, this was like more of a slow pace episode, no action really. Well, you see a little bit of Ohnoki's past with them fighting a little bit. But that's about it. It was like about a couple seconds, and it cut to the scene. So yeah, you get to see young Ohnoki again. But yeah, other than that, it was like no action at all. And yeah, so you kind of understand they're trying to keep it slow a little bit. But yeah, this arc should be ending pretty soon, in a couple episodes down the road. So yeah, this arc shouldn't be that much longer. But yeah. This episode is pretty decent. The animation stuff was pretty good. But the writing, of course, is slow and stuff. The part I like about it was, Jim pretty much showing the Yakuza pretty much how to speak and stuff. Now that was based on comedy and stuff like that. But then you got Ohnoki pretty much teaching Boris how to become a real shinobi and stuff, how it was back in his day as a shinobi and stuff. So yeah, you kind of understand about that was pretty cool and stuff. So yeah, in my opinion, that was pretty cool. But yeah, for this episode, I'll give a 6 out of 10 stars. That's why I'll give it, or 5.5 out of 10 stars. It was a pretty decent episode 84. But yeah, it is now in the books and all that. But yeah, can't wait for next week's episode. Probably next week's episode will be way more better than this week's episode. But yeah, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at ChrisMcDaniels6, and follow me on Instagram, TNW_Chris_McDaniels. You can follow me on Snapchat, be down in the description box. Then you can like my Facebook page, it'll be down in the description box as well. Subscribe to this channel, Word of Chris 1-800. Subscribe to my other channel, Chris McDaniels. Like this video, comment on this video about what you guys think about this week's episode of Boruto. In my opinion, it was pretty decent stuff. So yeah. I'll see you guys later until next week's Boruto episode review. See you guys later until then.